friend, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Crystal. I would love for you to subscribe. If you can tell from the title of the video, this is going to be a requested makeup look. I was requested to do a full face of using all Maybelline products that I had in my collection. So today is the day. If you want to see what look I can come up with, keep watching. Okay, we're just going to jump right in. I already pulled my hair back and my face is already moisturized. I was about to put these items away and shop my stash for some new items because I have been having these pulled out since May and I am tired of Maybelline. So I wanted to try some new products, but I remembered that I got that request to do the video and I definitely want to make sure that any request that you do, if I'm able, I will get it done for you. And I just appreciate anybody wanting to see me do makeup because you know I have said it time and time again, I don't really know how to do makeup. I just like to play in makeup. So, and I feel like I know how to do my makeup decent. So this is not like a tutorial. I'm not really teaching you anything, I don't think. I'm just going to show you how I would apply makeup. So I'm going to start with a primer and I'm trying to decide which primers I want to pull out. I'm thinking this matte and poreless primer. It's by Maybelline. All these products are going to be Maybelline, so I'm going to try not to say Maybelline every time. But I have this matte and poreless. And then I also think I'm going to give this jelly primer a go because I've been having it in the collection, never opened it. And I need to see what I think about it before I put it back in my collection. So let me get these open and then we'll just go ahead and get started. So I am going to go in first with the matte and poreless just in my T-zone area. It says it's for normal to oily skin. And I do feel like I have more combination skin, but I do get oily in this area here, also here, and then my nose and forehead. So I'm not going to apply this all over the face, just kind of in these areas. Next up, I'm gonna go in with this jelly primer, and it says it is a hydrating blur primer. And these areas that I'm going to put this in are normally a little bit dry. So this is the perfect combination for me to put under the eye, blur out these pores. I find that my pores are getting larger as I age and I don't really like that. So I always try to blur out the pores, and I'm trying to press this in versus rub it in because I see if I'm rubbing it, it kind of peels up a little bit. So I'm just going to try to press it in instead of rub it in. I think I'm going to go all out and just do this Grippy primer as well and just fill up the rest of my face where I didn't put those first two primers. This is going to be more like a trifecta where we just put all three primers together because I feel like depending on what part of my face I put it in, I need all three. So again, we're just going to pat it in place. All right, while we're waiting on the primer to do its thing, I'm going to go in with foundation next. And I use the Micro Flex formula. This is the Super Stay by Maybelline. It is an older formula that it's been out for a while. And I've had it in my collection, but it's still good. And I feel like the color match will be okay, but we'll see. Typically when I think it's gonna be okay, I pour it out and then it's too orange or too warm. I am a neutral undertone. So we're gonna see. I don't remember what it looks like. This is the consistency. I feel like it's going to be a good color match. I do like to apply my foundations with a brush, so I am going to go in with the e.l.f. Stain and Tint blending brush. I have been using this lately for foundation, and we're going to see. I think the color match may be okay. Once we blend it all in, I think we can make this work. I'm not adding any more to the brush. I'm just gonna go in on the forehead with whatever I have left from the initial pumps I put in. And I know some people don't go on their eyelids with their foundation, but I do. Again, this is not a tutorial. This is just how I do my makeup. And this is what I do. This is what the foundation is looking like so far. It is not a full coverage foundation, and if you have watched any of my videos of me getting ready, you know I do not like a full coverage foundation. So I still can see like some of my blemishes coming through, and I am okay with that. This is a lightweight formula, and I feel like the coverage is okay to my liking. Typically what I do after I use the brush, I just kind of go in with the sponge and just make sure I have no lines from the brush. So I just kind of blend it all in just a little bit more, because that is a brush that I've used already this week, and sometimes if it's not a clean brush, it could give you lines on your face. So I just like to go in with the sponge just to take it a step further and blend it all in. So that is what we are doing. Next, we're going to go in with concealers. I do have two concealers I'm going to use. This is the newer formula of the Super Stay. I have it in the color 30H. And then I also have one of the older formulas of the Super Stay, and it's in the color 45 Tan. I'm going to go in with the 45 Tan. Let me just swatch them both so I can see what we'll be working with. So this is the 45 Tan. I feel like that's a good highlighting shade. And then let's test out the 30H. That's what the 30H looks like. The older formula is a lot thicker and more of my skin tone. So I'm actually going to go in with both of these. When I do have a very bright concealer like that, I just do it on the inside of my eye. So I just kind of go in on the outside just to give me some coverage here. And also it'll hide that little blemish that I have there. And on the inside with this brighter color. And it is bright. And it's a sheerer coverage than the other one. When they changed this formulation, they made it a lot sheerer. It used to be more of a full coverage concealer. And I like the old formula better. So Maybelline, I know you just recently came out with a lifter concealer. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that one, but hopefully it's better than this one. This is too sheer of a concealer for me. I like a more full coverage concealer. If I'm going to conceal, it needs to conceal. And the sponge is dirty, but I'm going to go in with the clean side of this sponge. This is the e.l.f. blending sponge. And I like to let my concealer dry down a bit, and then I go in and blend it out. And I actually like what this is looking like. I feel like once you let it dry down a little bit, you can get more coverage, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, so now we have the concealer how we want it. I'm gonna go in and set the concealer. Now I saw this recently on TikTok where the girls are setting their concealer with a lighter color in the Fit Me. So I did pick it up in 230 Buff. It's called actual natural buff. It is a neutral undertone from what I remember. We're just gonna go in and set the concealer. I tried to get a shade that kind of complements my Charlotte Tilbury. If you know, you know that is my absolute favorite favorite powder to set under my eyes with. And so this kind of matches it. So that's kind of how I picked out this color. I like to use the Charlotte Tilbury number 2 under the eye, but this will get the job done and give us a little bit more coverage under the eye. And this is what we're looking like. Now, I didn't do this a second ago, but I do also go in and do some highlighting on the nose, on the forehead, on the chin, and sometimes I do the upper lip, but I'm not going to do that today. And we're just going to do the same with both colors because this one is so sheer. After I do that, I kind of go in with the brush and kind of blend the edges a bit so it won't be too harsh. I feel like that made my nose look wider. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that. I don't really have a bronzer that I use with Maybelline, but I do have this multi-stick concealer, multi-use foundation stick, and I have it in the color Mocha 330. And just to swatch what Mocha looks like, so it is a little bit darker of a shade for me, and we're just gonna go in and do some bronzing. Next up, I will go in and do my brows. I do my brows with a brow pencil and also a brow gel. I have been seeing the girls, when I watch other makeup videos, they don't really do a brow gel, but I still love brow gel, so I do both. And I just go in and brush up the brows like so, and then we're going to fill them in. This is the Brow Express in the color Deep Brown. It does have like a really fine tip on it, and we just kind of fill in the front of the brow. And I try to do like hair-like strokes on it. And then the same on the tail of the brow. And then I just go in with the brow gel to make them stay. Okay, I think we're looking cute, girl. Next I'm using the eyeshadow. It is the City Mini palette, and it's the collab that they did with Makeup Shayla. This is what the colors look like. I really want to do something neutral because of the blush and lip color that I have. Maybelline doesn't have too many options when it comes to blushes, so I feel like I'm limited on what I can do. So we're gonna go in with this brown and just gonna try to take a light hand. Ooh, okay, let's do some over here. I can say this is quite pigmented, So take a light hand, be careful. It is quite pigmented, so definitely be careful where you're placing this. I'm trying to use more of a fluffy type brush to help me blend it out. I'm liking it. I always feel like I'm doing too much, and then when I watch the video, I'm like, there was barely any shadow on there. But I don't want to overdo it. Thing with eyeshadow, you can put it on, but as far as taking it off, you're gonna have to wash your whole face. So I just try to be light-handed when I put on shadow, especially if I'm going to work or, you know, church or somewhere, because I don't want to be looking too glamorous in those settings. So I try to keep a light hand, and I think we're good. I think I'm gonna stop there. I kind of want to do I want to do a little bit more? I feel like I need to just go in with the gold, and we're just gonna do it with our finger. Okay, I think we're looking really cute. I am liking this. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a blush. Now, I've told you time and time again, I have said it to Maybelline time and time again, if they ever watch my videos, y'all need to do a better selection with blushes. I know you just came out with some new blushes, and I haven't tried those. I'm trying to wait till more people get them, we get some more swatches before I buy them, because I have been disappointed with every one of Maybelline's blushes. This is in the color, what color is this? This is in Berry, and Berry is very red to me, and I have to be careful because I can really look like I'm punched in the cheek with Berry, and I don't know why Maybelline thinks that brown skin wants red blushes, because we don't look this, we don't blush and be just like clown red. And I guess it would work for a darker skin brown person, but for someone that's my complexion, we don't really have a lot of options. The other options that I do have in my collection are the blush in peach and in wine, and these have a lot of shimmer in them. This is the wine color, and then this is the peach. I don't like that shimmer in them, and I really need to declutter these because I keep trying to give Maybelline a chance, and I just don't like these blushes. So I think that I am going to declutter them, pass them along to one of my nieces, and maybe they'll love it more. Let me know what you think. I know that this bright blush was a thing at one point, but I also am well aware that blush blindness is a thing as well, and I never want to be blush blind, you know. I never ever want to be blush blind. So this is what we're looking like so far. I need to set the entire face, so I was gonna go in with the Super Stay Full Coverage foundation, powder foundation, and I have it in the colors Caramel Golden and also Coconut. I had to do both because they did not have a shade that matches me. So I'm gonna swatch them just so we can see together, because I don't remember what they look like. I just remember that the colors didn't match me. See, one is too light, one is too red, so I figure I can blend together and see what we can come up with. I don't know. This is what we're gonna do. I'm going to take it on a big fluffy brush, and maybe it won't be so bad. So I'm just going into both. Going to tap off the excess and see if we can set. And maybe kind of blend out some of this blush. Ooh, I think I may have a little bit too much of that dark one. Okay. When I get to this stage in my makeup, I do like to go ahead and do my setting spray. Let it sit, then do my lips, and then come back and do any touch-ups. So we're going to go ahead and set the face. This is the Maybelline Master Fix. And you're just going to give it a good shake. Let out the air. Going to remove any residue that's on my lips, and we're going to go in with a lip liner. And I do have 2 lip liners from Maybelline, and I think this is the one that we're going to go with. I do have 2 colors and lip liners. I have less bounce and cross the line. I have lately been going in with cross the line, so we're going to do that today. Do a little bit of this other one. This is the Superstay Teddy Tint in Kitten Heel. So we're going to go in with a little of Kitten Heel. I think I'm going to go ahead and top it with this lip gloss, and it's in the color Maple. It is one of the lifter glosses, the newer shades for the fall, and just a few little dots to juice it up a little bit. This is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this makeup get ready with me. Thank you, friend, for requesting the video. I am more than happy to come in my beauty room and play in makeup. I am going to be shopping my stash for some new products, so stay tuned for more get ready with me's. If you love makeup, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share me with your friends, and I will see you next time.